what I'm up to at the moment with the project and with everything going on. As you can see, lots of charts, looking at the May, June, July sort of charts in the wind zones, and then matching them with the routing of going further south. This is like the main chart, and those are the wind charts for the area over the months, and just looking at that and looking at my trajectory on the islands, because I'm probably going to go quite a bit further south than I was hoping, and just what it's going to take to get out into the trades over the first sort of 3 weeks, which will probably be the toughest, the first sort of 10 to 15 days. And then just lots of things that are arriving that I'm testing at the moment. I'm testing all the comms and all the different charging systems. This is a new backup weed fin for the hydro charger, which charges my battery banks. This is for slow speeds, which is what my craft is about, but this is a weed fin, so it's serrated on the edges, which cuts through the weed so it doesn't get clogged. A 12 volt charger for my little Yeti 200 watt X charger, so it's a backup to my main systems, and it's an additional charging device just in case I have some issues with charging. It's another backup source, and I have some solar panels, a 50 watt solar, which goes with that. Then this is the Garmin InReach Explorer, which is a backup GPS navigation and tracking device, but it also acts as an SOS satellite device, and also can text, is text communication via satellite as well. So this is a really great backup. This is the main yellow brick tracking device, which tracks my journey, which people can follow and share my journey online, which is linked to the website, so people can follow and track me. It also acts as a backup SOS safety device as well. So I always have multiple backups of everything, and that's over and above this system. So I've just been activating all my systems and checking all the systems that they're working. All these things take huge amounts of time to be able to do that. So this comm system is now up and running and registered. This unit we've got extra tokens for, so that unit is now up and running. I had problems with my main backup satellite unit, which is the Beacon Explorer, which I thought that I had up and running for the last weekend when I did the shakedown, but it didn't function, and I've never had a problem with it before. But so I spent most of yesterday troubleshooting that and getting this up and running. So this is my main backup system to my the Intellian C700 Dome, which I have, which is my main comm system. But if that fails for whatever reason, which is a new system, I have that as my main backup, which will allow me to still do a lot of the stuff, not to the same level, but it's a great backup, and I know it, and I've used it before. It works really well. Then checking my VHF radios. This is a new one which also has my GPS position on it, which I've got a backup of on the craft already, which is a great unit. So just checking all the different systems, and then lots of just testing a lot of different stuff, getting extra quick clot, burn shield, testing some of the Patagonia provisions, which is smoked salmon, which I'll be taking with me, which I've never had the luxury of that kind of thing before. Just checking some of the freeze-dried little extra chips, testing some biltong that I can take with me, which is going to be great. Really excited about that. And then also just so many different little things that I've got to test and check on the craft, and also rig up the whole wind vane system, which I've got all the different pieces to do, which I'm going to probably do that tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, when everyone else is having Easter weekend. That's what I'm doing. And then just lots of different little bits and pieces with REI. you know, these new little organic pineapple and coconut and organic mango. This is like the equivalent of like one full mango, which is amazing. So just tasting all that stuff and just making sure that I'm familiar and comfortable with it. I'm not using it for the first time. Just so many different things that I'm testing, and just also different like little bags to be able to store stuff in, because you get lost. You lose so much stuff on the craft with it being so small. And then the other thing that I've been waiting for is this unit, which is my main Lumar hatch for the getting in and out of my little craft, which I've had some issues with. The one that I've got at the moment, which I've had for 4 or 5 years, has taken a lot of wear and tear, so I'm wanting to replace it, but I'm a little nervous to open that, which I've been waiting for about 3 weeks, because Lumar's been struggling with getting the unit to me in time, because the craft comes out of the water next week, and we put it up on the hard, do the undercoat to get the underbottom ready and clean, and put the new hatch in, which is my main hatch, and there are 1 or 2 other little things that I need to get done so she's ready to go. And then in the next couple of weeks I'm going to start packing and getting everything ready and testing everything once I get the ocean classroom sessions done. So I'm a little bit nervous to undo this, but I'm going to undo it because I really need to know that it's getting to the right size. If it isn't the right size, then I'm in trouble, because it takes so long to be able to do it. It was packaging. Okay. I don't even get it open. But I don't want to get up, because otherwise I'm not going to jump out of frame. This is the main Lumar hatch, and I'm just praying that it's the right size, because if it's not, you don't really have another month to be able to get another hatch. And I'm pretty sure this is the right one, which makes me very happy. Because if it wasn't, I was going to be in deep trouble. But I'm pretty sure this is the right one. I'm going to go down to the craft now and go and just double check that it is the right size. But I'm pretty sure, because I've been going in and out of my hatches for the last couple of years and testing it, that it is the right size. I hope, I pray, and if it is, then we're in good shape. Hoping and praying. Chris from Transpac Wing Project out. This is what I'm up to on Easter weekend, the whole weekend. It's just continuous stuff like this all the time. I've got to rig up the wind vane, set up tomorrow, and just check that this is all as I'm hoping, and it's going to be the right size, which I'm really excited to find out about. But yeah, the next couple of weeks are pretty intense, and then I'm in Hawaii speaking for an event, so lots to do, running out of time. So this is the last of the comm stuff that I've sort of got in, the began that I went through with you guys before. But this Garmin InReach Explorer is a very useful piece of kit which I've had, and it's just been activated online. Yellow Brick I've gone through with you. These are my 2 VHF radios. I also have one on my craft as well. These are the new ones. They actually float. They both have and are able to give you a GPS position, and they are MSC calling as well, which DSC calling, which is pretty advanced as well. And then I've finally got my new refurb sat phone back. This sat phone I sat 2. I had some problems with the one before, so I've got a replacement of it. Always good to have your sat phone reliable, and then you can use it. So I've already got all the minutes and data for that. It's like between that unit over there and my main Intellian C700 unit, which is on my craft, is probably about $10,000 worth of data, just the data, and then the units are as much as that, if not more. So it just gives you how much an idea, which is how much we spend on the comms to make sure that the communications are good, and the safety is in check, and also to be able to do the live updates and stuff that I've got to do for conservation education and hopefully inspire positive change. So that's your quick wrap up of the comm systems, and I hope that gives you an idea of just how intense and how much thought and preparation goes into these kind of things. So these two items are probably the most important from an emergency perspective to have, besides a life raft, which I do have, a little mini one, is the EPIRB and the yellow brick tracker. The yellow brick tracker tracks me and my vessel all the time, so people can follow and track my progress, and also good for emergency services as well, track my location, see my direction, drift, all that kind of thing. This EPIRB is a 66 channel GPS as well, and it also works, it's got a 10-year battery life, and it's a type 2, which is pretty advanced for the size that it is. It's called the EPIRB 1 Rescue Me. I've had one of these before. They are very good. Even though it was still valid, I actually ended up getting a new one. It looked like it had a little bit of rust on it and stuff. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. I always get a new one. Make sure that for every single major mission you're on, you've got an up-to-date EPIRB, electronic positioning indicator, radio beacon. Is registered to your craft, which I've got to still fill out all this information and send it into NOAA and the Coast Guard, so they know if my EPIRB gets triggered, that automatically gets sent to the emergency services, and they look at the vessel that it's registered to and have all the information on that vessel, identification, what size, shape, who it's operated by, what its planned routing is. Even though I've sent that emergency action plan to the Coast Guard, really good to have. This yellow brick tracker is, even though it's not active right now, it's going to get activated in the next week or so. Just good to have as a backup. And then I have another backup of one of these trackers as an Iridium InReach Extreme as well. And then I also have a satellite phone and multiple VHFs and GPSs, and yeah, I mean, everything's essential to have as a backup, and then a grab bag that goes with this. Yeah, that gives you an idea of how much goes into the emergency and communications backup systems and pre-planning on these kind of missions. I hope they don't need it, but if you do, then everything's already in place. Always have a backup of a backup of a backup, because you're probably going to need it in life, and even if you don't, it's there and you prep for success. Chris, Transpac Wind Project out.